this way and goes back. And this is the drive to get to the backyard, to get to the barn. But you can see back there all the brush. Whoops, that went too fast, didn't it? You see back there in the brush, I'll go turn that in a little slow. How grown up that is. Now that is how this area looked a few months ago. So we're starting to get this cleaned out, and I haven't decided if I'm going to put some kind of border trees, like some kind of cedar trees up on this corner, or just leave it bare. But I plan on up here to the driveway making, maybe come in at this corner and coming out there like a circle driveway. Here's the main driveway up here. There's the well house. Anyway, that's one project I'm working on, getting all this cleared out. The front property line goes down this hill. I'm going to zoom in. You'll see my neighbor across the street, his mailbox. My property's going to end about 50 feet, no, about 30 feet on this side of that white driveway. Zoom out again, so you can see how much road frontage I have. Okay, you can see the home right there. Coming down through here. Trying to take this a little slow. There's the neighbor's mailbox. You can see how wooded this area is. I have approximately 2 acres of wooded area, and I'm going to thin this out, leave all the big trees, but thin it out some, and see how it looks. So that's going to be a very slow ongoing project for the next few years. But anyway, that's another project we're working on. Okay, here's the corner of the home. There's a little outbuilding here, but if you go to the left of that, got some flowers coming up right here. I don't know what those are called. Zoom in. Got a whole line of them coming up. But anyway, right there, whoops, is an old church style picnic table. And there's 2 benches out here. So I'm going to zoom back out a little bit. Let me show you what project I have going on with this. Okay, down the street from where I live, there's a quarry that mines marble. In fact, the Lincoln Memorial was used to, the marble came from down the street here, so that's kind of cool. But anyway, this picnic table, several years ago, a tree limb fell on this corner and broke this marble tabletop. So I plan on building a form, drilling some holes, putting in some rebar, kind of squaring this up. If you look close, this tabletop, it's about 3.5 feet wide and 12 feet long, just guessing, with tables on the side. Anyway, there's one bench and there's another bench. And over there, you can see my neighbor's house where I showed you the white mailbox earlier. And this is the trees that's going to be thinned out. And while we're standing right here, the little outbuilding needs a little bit of repair. Got to pressure wash it and paint it. But I got to replace these posts that were put up. I already got the blocks here. So got to replace these posts that are right here. Got some blocks there, that's good. But that's another project besides repainting this. Going to caulk all the windows. So that's another project. Okay, standing behind the home, right straight through there is the road or driveway that comes through the back that I showed you earlier. And that will go back to the barn. Now if you look way back there, there's a home, neighbor's home. Not going to be any issues with that. Here's the outbuilding that I'm got to put new blocks on to keep it up. This was another project too. Once I moved in, I had to store a lot of stuff in there. So that's slowly getting cleaned out and worked on, and putting some LED lights in there. And luckily, it's already got an air conditioner on the side of it. Right there. So it's going to come in handy. But right through here, making a big brush pile. Letting it dry out so we can burn it. Had two big poplar trees right here. So we cut those down. Going to eventually get those stumps out of here. That's where the garden's going to be. We'll go over that in just a little bit. But here's the, right over here, let me zoom out. Here's the end of that brush line that we're clearing up, right here. And right down here, on the other side of this, is a area that used to have a barn. An old country barn with a wood sides. It was right here, and the other side was closer to the side road. So I'm not quite decided what I'm going to do with this yet, but for a while it's going to be left alone. And right through here, it's the property line. Car's coming right now. There it goes. Property line goes back this way, and it curves to the right. So let's go look at the garden next. My neighbor back there. Okay, right here is the garden spot. There's two little flat areas, two little, like a terrace. It goes back approximately 200 feet, and it's about 15 feet wide. So for this first year, we're going to use this spot, the top layer, and have a garden go back about 50 feet. This is going to be our first garden here. Now it's kind of amazing. We cut down, I don't know how they came here, but some walnut trees. We cut down at least two. Let's see these big walnut trees here. Those are going to have to come down. Here's the brush pile. Barn up here. Okay, here's the barn itself. Here, over here on the right side was a lean-to overhead, no sides on it. That's got to come down. And over on the left side was a chicken hutch that went the length of the barn, about 10 feet wide, about 50 feet long. And right here was another outbuilding. You can see the frame. And that's a bunch of tin that was on the roof of it. But we had to take down that building right there because the top was falling in, and for safety reasons we took it down. We want to take this down, finish taking this down. I've already started over here. So getting that down, and getting that over there down. I'm going to call that another project. Okay, looking into the barn. Got a little workshop here. Odds and ends stuff. See how far back it goes. Got a tractor here. This way. Come inside a little bit more. Got some sticks of firewood there, my bicycle. Got a lawnmower here. And back here, behind the tractor. Got another lawnmower. Don't know what's wrong with the one back here. It's an old Troy built. Thinking about just taking off the cutting deck and making a little tractor out of it. But so far in here, I've got to put in new light fixtures all over. They do come on, well, most of them come on. So I figured if I replace 5 or 6 of them, I might as well go and replace all of them at the same time. I got some LED bulbs in a few of these, but plan on making another entrance to the back, same as the front here. And back here we have on the roof where a tree limb has fallen in and busted a hole in the roof, so that's got to be fixed. Another project. So it's got a lot of potential here. Got to put some kind of walls up. There's a lot of bamboo down the street, so I'm thinking about making a bamboo wall here. I'll probably be the only one around that has a siding of a barn made out of bamboo. You can see where the chicken coop's falling in over there. But yeah, here's the area behind the barn. See right here, circling to the right. Here's all the trees that we plan on taking out. And leveling this or making this more useful, the grading on this. Now, I didn't show you this side of the barn. This side of the barn, you can walk through, and right here, under these 2 big fans right here, there's one, there's another one down there. I'm going to put the other side door so it can be accessed from both sides. Neighbor's lawnmower is kept in there. Got a rototiller that needs to be repaired. So, got a lot of cool stuff in here. Here we go. Going looking that way. You can see, it's hard to see both of them from this angle, but that's the 2 remaining poplar trees that are coming down. Okay, if we walk this way, on the barn, you can see right there where that limb fell on top of the barn. And that's what we have to take off and repair the top. But you can see all the wood's down there. This tree fell down, of course. Another one fell. That one's fixing to go. That one over there is leaning. So yeah, all these got to come out. Okay, here's the riding mower that we have. Just got this repaired, so it's running good again. Very pleased with that. We also have coming a 0-turn mower. Here is a ATV with a hydraulic dump bed. There you go. Right there. Here's that red tractor I talked about earlier, it's the Troy built. The one I'm thinking about taking the deck off of and use it as a small tractor. And here is the Massey Ferguson 240 tractor. There we go. Just had some work done to it. Had to replace the some fuel lines, fuel filters, fuel pump, radiator, just normal stuff. And there we go. Just lodging in stuff in the barn. Got my bicycle here. Haven't ridden it about a year and a half. So I'm thinking about putting that up on Facebook Marketplace or wherever. Oh, here we go. Let's go this way. On this side is the power box. We're going to get that upgraded, and we do have running water. So that's a good thing. Okay, while I'm over here, I'm going to show you another shot of this garden area. So let's go this way. Back over this way. You see where I'm going to start the garden and where it was earlier, all the way down to that end. But here's the barn on this side. This little group of trees are going to come out. Most of them are dead. So all those are going to come out, and this is going to be flattened off. And if you look over there, there's a bunch of grapevines, and they have telephone posts. Well, let me get a little bit closer and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Okay, now I'm at the bottom end of the grapevines. You can see right here there's already the post up, and the cable's going this direction. And right here on the top row, there's like 4 of these posts with a cable, and on the bottom row, you can see the post right there. There's got 3 of those. So we're going to just pull all these out and start over from scratch. But that might not be this year, probably next spring, 2024. But let me tell you what, the deer love bedding in this grapevines. They love that. There's the bottom edge right here. Get the tractor through there real easy. And there is the road down there, the dirt road. Okay, I'm sitting down now next to the house in the shade. Got a beautiful big tree behind me. Gives off a lot of shade to the house. And right over here is another big tree, which I didn't mention earlier. We got to cut some limbs off of. But anyway, my channel, where's it going? Slowly you'll see me upload these videos, working on these projects. And I don't know how long it's going to take. But got the rest of our lives, right? I'm in no rush to get anything done, just working my own. Now that I've completely moved up here, I've been up here right at a year now, almost a year. Well, next month, April 1st will be a year. So, nice and quiet, love this area. Much more quiet much less traffic than where I moved from. Where I moved from, the county I was in, just a population that one county in northeast Atlanta area has more residents than North Dakota and South Dakota combined. But anyway, let's get through with that. My channel. You may notice that the uploading frequency might be a little scattered due to some health problems I'm having right now. I moved up here in April. In October, I got the strep throat. Went to the doctor, laid in bed all week for that. It wasn't COVID. It was proven to be strep throat. That kept me down for a week, so I went to the doctor, and step after step after step, I went and had a colonoscopy done, and stage 3 lower colon cancer is, I guess the best way to put it, was discovered. Stage 3, it has spread to other parts. And play by ear. So I've already gone through 28 sessions of radiology, which was not fun. I had to do it every day for 28 weekdays. That was tiring. So now, in the meantime, I was taking chemo pills. So now I'm in the process of going through IV cancer, which is pushed into a port that was placed in just below my shoulder bone up here. So the IV goes into the port, then gets dispensed through my body, through a vein. And those sessions last around 3.5 hours. I have to do one every 2 weeks. And yeah, it is tiring, but it is what it is, right? So I'll be doing this for another 6 months or so, taking an IV. And after the IV, I'm going to let my body heal for a month or so. Then I'm scheduled for a surgery to take out 8 to 12 inches of my lower colon area, which will require carrying a bag for 8 to 12 weeks. So all in all, radiotherapy, chemo, and 4 surgeries will get everything taken care of. Now my job that I'm currently really treated me well, no issues with them. They did everything they could, and I am still employed there, but I'm actually on medical leave of absence. So everything's good. You see my hair's short now, and it's starting to bald up here on the top. And let's see here, what else can I fill you in on? Well, like I said earlier, I can't tell you when the frequency of the video is going to be uploaded, but I'm going to do what I can, when I can, do what I got to do. So that's all I got for you now, so stay tuned for further updates, and I will let you know on the projects and my health, what's happening. And I do appreciate you watching.